Oh yes, it is that time of week again. It is Friday, and we are going to be breaking down the top sellers on COMC.com for all of the major sports and the non-major sports. Make sure to stick around. Hello to all my sports card collectors, investors, all of my collectibles friends. It's another day. It is another card video. We have made it to the end of the week. Who is ready for the weekend?
I feel pretty good too. I think I finally got some sleep. I don't know why, I just feel pretty good.
You guys know that I am. If you've been watching my show, you know I am hitting the road. I'm going to New Orleans to watch my Saints tackle the Bucs this weekend. Hopefully we can get our arms wrapped around Tom Brady. It's going to be a battle, and I'm looking forward to being there in person. Haven't been to the Superdome since the pandemic, so I am ready for this thing. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down below. We will continue to bring daily sports card collectibles videos. I throw some finance stuff, some news stuff in there. And from time to time, also share cards from my collection on the channel. I love it. Also do the same thing on IG. So definitely connect with me on IG at SportsCardDad. When I get pickups, try to throw it into a reel and do something really shifty and cool. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but definitely connect with me there as well as Twitter. I'm on there too. Big thanks to channel partner COMC.com for providing this data. I think this is really interesting data. It gives kind of an idea as to what has been selling on the COMC site. And we do this weekly. It is data from the previous week, and it's all data from the site. So direct COMC transactions, and then also the eBay auctions and all that stuff that you see that are COMC related, and then also port sales as well. So it's taking all the data into account and then churning out kind of these top 5, what's selling the most, etc. I've also got some news and notes, I guess, that they had given me, which I thought were interesting. I'm going to try to include these tidbits, some surprises in here. I'm going to try to include these as well to give you some more context, just kind of some more info and data to use. So one note that I got was Connor McDavid, hockey superstar, had the most sold items last week out of any player on the site, on COMC.com. Kind of wild, really. A hockey player, granted superstar hockey player, but he was the best seller out of any player last week on COMC. Aaron Judge was the highest in dollar amount. So Aaron Judge cards were on fire through COMC. And I mean, the guy is on fire. So he's just having an amazing season. He's a Yankee. So you got all the Yankees fans out there. Not super surprising, but kind of a cool note. And then on the football side, Josh Allen last week was the highest as far as dollar amount goes for football. And not really a surprise. I mean, they pretty much just dismantled the Super Bowl champion Rams. I think a lot of people too wanted to see kind of that Josh Allen Rams Super Bowl. It was 10 seconds away from happening last season, but that's football. It's a game of inches. So Josh Allen came out firing. The Bills look red hot. Again, it's week 1 of the NFL. So it's all the overreactions. There's a lot of teams that look amazing week 1 that are not in the playoffs come playoff time. Not saying that'll be the Bills, but just saying injuries hit. There's all sorts of things that happen. That's why there's so much parity in the NFL. All right, guys, we are going to start on the top 5s, and this is based on volume. So it's not based on dollar amounts because we didn't want one player that has massive dollar amounts is always number 1 or number 1 this week. So this is based on number of cards sold on the site. Let's start with baseball, shall we? So kind of along the lines of what we were just talking about. Number 1, Aaron Judge. Number 2, Ken Griffey Jr. He's a mainstay. And Griffey is so damn awesome. Griffey's just cool. He's got a lot of cool cards, so it just makes sense that he's kind of always on this list. Albert Pujols, is he going to get to 700? He's in the chase. Is he going to be able to do it before the end of the season? The guy's had an amazing career, so his stuff pretty hot right now, not really surprising. Number 4, Paul Goldschmidt. And number 5, Mike Trout to round out the top 5 for baseball. Basketball, and like we always say, we always stick with current NBA players. I have gotten requests for retired players. We're looking at that, see if there's some other stuff we can give as far as NBA data goes. I think that would be pretty cool. And the reason why we go current players, Michael Jordan's always number 1. Michael Jordan is the most traded player on COMC.com each week for basketball. So For current players, number 1, LeBron James. We got number 2, a newbie, Jalen Green stuff moving. That's kind of interesting. Number 3, Steph Curry, always typically on the list. Cade Cunningham moves into the list this week. And number 5, the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards. And he kind of, I think he fell off last week. He's back on, grabs that 5 spot. A lot of people love the Ant-Man. I mean, look, he's an exciting player, but then also he's fun. He's funny in the press conferences. You gotta like the current NBA is really interesting. I mean, you've got kind of the old timers, the LeBrons and the Steph Currys, but you've got kind of this young talent that's coming in that's interesting. They're adding their own flair to it. I'm really kind of, and I've made it known, I'm all right for LeBron going ahead and retiring. I'm ready for that new crop. I like Steph Curry, but I'm ready to kind of see this next wave of NBA for the next 10, 15 years. We're almost there. I think we're a couple years out still, but I'm excited to see how that all shapes. Football, look who bounced into the number 1 spot. Geno Smith, starting quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, shocks the world and beats Russell Wilson and the Broncos. Didn't think that was going to happen, but that's kind of part of the week 1 stuff that happens in the NFL. There's certain games that make you scratch your head a little bit, stuff that just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And Geno Smith gets it done for the Seahawks against Russell Wilson. And you could tell there was a little bit of something there between the Seahawks, Russell Wilson. That is not a friendly rivalry moving forward. Obviously, they're not in the same division, not even in the same conference, but that wasn't a friendly breakup. We'll see if that changes over time, but we'll see. Number 2, Josh Allen, of course. Tom Brady sits at number 3. Justin Herbert at number 4. Pat Mahomes at 5. So last night, Justin Herbert and Pat Mahomes played a little bit concerned because Justin Herbert looked a little bit hobbled there. I don't know if they said it was a rib injury. I mean, he still played a great game. I saw he threw a laser right after he got hurt. But that's something to watch. Rib injuries are kind of interesting because you can't really, it's not like you can just do surgery and magically make it all go away. It's one of those lingering things and it can get worse, so it's one of those things where you have to rest up to fix rib injuries. So if Justin Herbert is out for a period of time, that will be interesting to watch. I mean, that division is so tight. That was a massive divisional game. And honestly, I mean, the Chargers were really kind of taking it to the Chiefs in Arrowhead, which, in Arrowhead, the Chiefs are very strong. I mean, they're strong in general, but they're playing on their home field. And the Chargers were really kind of doing their thing. So this is an interesting thing to watch between Mahomes and Herbert. This might be a really, really fun rivalry over the next 5 years, 10 years, if these guys stay with their respected teams. I mean, it could be really, really fun to watch. Unfortunately, Herbert did have that pick 6. A lot of people questioning that play call on the 3-4 yard line. But it is what it is. Everybody's the armchair quarterback. Hindsight always 20/20, especially in football. There's always the play that goes great where you're a hero, always the play that goes terribly and you look like a moron. That's just the way that it works. All right, let's go on to hockey. I want to learn something today from my hockey folks. I'll explain in a minute. So number 1, Wayne Gretzky. Number 2, Connor McDavid, we talked about him earlier. Number 3, Austin Matthews. Number 4, Alex Ovechkin. Number 5, Kirill Kaprizov. Who is that? Again, I'm trying to learn a little bit about the hockey landscape. He's been on the list here for a couple of weeks, and I want to know who he is because I do not know. I recognize all the other names, don't know him. So why is he on this list? For the hockey folks, please educate me on who this guy is. What is he got some exciting things going on? I'd like to hear it. And let's finish it out with the non-big sports. So it's tennis, golf, soccer, all that stuff wrapped into this one. Marvel. Number 1, Lionel Messi. Number 2, Francis Tiafoe. Number 3, Spider-Man. Just kind of wedged in there, Spider-Man. Number 4, Cristiano Ronaldo. Number 5, again, Jack Nicklaus. To be honest, I'm a little surprised about Jack Nicklaus cards moving, but it is what it is. Cristiano Ronaldo, I think that with soccer, there's going to be a lot of World Cup excitement coming up here. I think there's going to be a lot of soccer movement. I have talked to the folks at COMC.com. We will have more soccer data as we get closer to World Cup, kind of more of top 5 soccer stuff, because it will start transacting a lot more. So you will see more soccer stuff. For the people that are asking for it, it will be coming, my friends. Guys, thank you very much again for joining me here today. Make sure to check out COMC.com. There are some great deals. It is the OG vault. You are able to buy and sell very easily. It just moves through the vault system. So definitely check that out. Stay healthy. Stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.